some secrets in games are just not found by the fan community. Eventually, developers may give up and drop some hints. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on gameranx, 10 secrets that were never found in video games. Now, like I said, this isn't stuff that nobody knows about. It would obviously not be an easy thing to do if we didn't know a secret exists to talk about it. So we're kind of talking about stuff, like I said, that the fan communities found, but not without a little help from the developers. So these are secrets and Easter eggs that people are aware of now, but the only reason anyone actually found them is because a developer basically ended up telling them what the secret was. And start out at number 10 with Titanfall 2's Time Cop secret. Originally released back in October 2016, this little Easter egg remained undiscovered for years until a developer at Respawn named David Bartle decided to tweet out a clue as to how to find it. The Easter egg was actually created by the lead designer of the game, Jake Keating, and Bartle actually got his blessing before posting the hint. The hint said, "I booted the game, loaded the closest checkpoint to the place, repeated certain actions a lot, and bam, open sesame." Now, that's not explicitly revealing what the secret was, but it's a clue that's pretty substantial, actually. The secret's hidden in Mission 5, Effect and Cause, the one with the time-swapping mechanic. And if you activate the device 88 times while standing in front of the door, it'll open and reveal a secret room containing an Easter egg from the movie Time Cop. Like, Mission 5 is the time level, so why not? And number 9, a very specific Easter egg, which was hidden and only just revealed recently by an anonymous developer on 4chan. And this is one instance where we can't say with absolute certainty the secret was for sure revealed by a developer, because we never really got their name, but it's something I've never heard of before and requires the player to perform some really specific actions to replicate. What you have to do to trigger it is to lower your health to 1 by setting yourself on fire with the Incarcerate plasmid, then put down a fire right at the start of a cutscene when you meet Andrew Ryan in person. So the game then bugs out and sends you to a Vita chamber outside of the map, and if you've got all captions on, you see a message that says this: "Bug this. If you can read this, Paul Hellquist did not do his job. Love, Klein." So it's less a secret and more of a bug message that developers left in the game, but it's still a pretty interesting find. Paul Hellquist was actually the lead designer of the game, and the Klein in the message is Chris Klein, the lead programmer and technical director. Apparently Hellquist promised to make certain objects less error-prone, and Klein was skeptical, so he left this message in the game for testers to find. It wasn't actually even supposed to be in the main game, but for whatever reason it's still accessible, at least in the remastered version. And number 8 is the hidden Mars rover in Mass Effect 3, another relatively recently revealed Easter egg, this time done by cinematic designer Richard Boisvert. This one sat undiscovered in Mass Effect 3 for about 10 years before the dev just decided to spill the beans, revealing you can trigger a secret by walking through the solar panels at the start of the Mars mission in a specific way. It's just complicated enough that it's not something someone would trigger naturally. Like, if you pull it off correctly, a little Mars rover will pull up to you and give you a nod. It's a small thing, but the fact it went totally undiscovered for so long just shows how many little secrets are probably still hiding in games, even in ones as popular as Mass Effect 3, where you'd think players would have data mined them to hell and back, found just about anything in it. But no, there's clearly a ton to find out there, even if it's not all mind-blowing or in-depth. Regardless, it's still really interesting. And number 7 in Batman Arkham Asylum, Warden Sharp's secret room. One we gotta mention, it's one of the most infamous secrets of all time, for the simple reason that players were just not able to find it. Like, players knew there was some kind of big secret hiding in the game somewhere, but nobody was able to find it, and the developers at Rocksteady were like, ugh, and just simply revealed how to get to this secret room during a Game of the Year podcast that they released on the now dead Arkham Asylum official website. If you know anything about the game, you probably heard about this already, but the secret is that there's a hidden room in the warden's office that can only be accessed by using 3 explosive gels on this random wall. That's actually how they managed to keep the room secret for so long. 1 is not enough. You had to clump 3 together to blow up that wall and get into the hidden room. Inside contains the blueprints for Arkham City, which is meant to be a teaser for the next game, but no one found it before the sequel got announced, so I could be getting the timeline wrong here, but either way, it's one of the best hidden teasers for a sequel ever, even if it was so incredibly difficult to find that nobody saw it. Imagine hiding commercials behind stuff so that people can't find them. And number 6 is Halo 3's Happy Birthday message. This one was revealed a while back. It took more than 7 years for fans to find, though. Halo 3 originally came out in 2007, and a video revealing this secret was posted in 2014. The Easter egg's actually found in the game's loading screen. To trigger it, you have to set the date to December 25th on the Xbox dashboard while being disconnected from Xbox Live, so you probably need the original version of the game to pull it off. With the date set, you load a campaign mission and hold down both thumbsticks to reveal the message, which says, "Happy birthday, Lauren." The Lauren of the message was the wife of Bungie programmer Adrian Perez, and he is the one responsible for the Easter egg. If you're curious who actually revealed it, according to the Halo fandom wiki, a 2012 mailbag feature that was run by another Bungie guy, this guy named John Cable first hinted at the existence of the secret, and a later mailbag reply by Adrian Perez gave a more explicit hint. It's another small one, but it's stuff like this secret hunters seem to have the hardest time finding. And number 5 in Batman Arkham City. I guess say what you want about the developers, but they really know how to hide a secret. Asylum had one that fans just couldn't figure out, and they managed to repeat that with City. The actual tease for the next game that involved the Scarecrow was found pretty quickly, but this little tease from Calendar Man remained hidden way longer. It took a mysterious video from a YouTube account named JG Jor to provide some major hints that there actually was something hidden with Calendar Man. How do we know this account was run by developers? Well, we don't, but there are a few reasons why most assume it was. The biggest clue, of course, was the name. JG Jor is French for day, so that's Julian Gregory Day, the Calendar Man's actual name. Players had to figure out how to actually trigger the mysterious message, partially shown in the video, and eventually discovered that if you set the console clock to December 13th, 2004, that's when you get the message. The significance of the date is that's when Rocksteady Studios was first established, and the unique dialogue talks about how the Calendar Man was there from the beginning and the end.
I was there at your beginning, and I will be there at your end.
It all comes back in Arkham Knight, where you actually see the Calendar Man in the crowd outside Wayne Manor during the final ending of the game, where it looks like Batman dies, which is just the sort of crazy attention to detail Rocksteady has. And number 4, a secret within a secret in Serious Sam. For years, there was a secret in the original Serious Sam players knew about, but didn't actually know how to trigger legitimately. It's a secret within a secret, and it can only be found in the secret level Sacred Yards, which, when found, allows players to skip a big chunk of the map and complete it without having to kill any enemies. The thing that really kept this secret hidden was that it didn't really count as a secret. In 2014, a YouTuber named Salias Yosei managed to partially figure it out, and actually ended up getting a job at Crow Team, the game's developers, in 2015. That's when he got a chance to talk to the CEO of the studio, Roman Rybarek, who also happened to be the lead designer on Serious Sam. He revealed he created this secret as a way to get around all the puzzles in the level for players who just want to get straight to the action. According to this Kotaku article, Roman eventually got Salias to figure the secret out. This obscure secret is unique because it actually took one developer explaining it to another developer before it was fully figured out. And number 3, in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, probably one of the oldest undiscovered secrets out there. Like, there's not really secrets like this that are legally adults. Revealed during an Ask Iwata interview with Makoto Wada, one of the developers of the NES version of Punch-Out, and he actually admitted there was a secret towel during the Bald Bull fight. Whenever Bald Bull punches, a light from the audience reveals when to punch. If you punch just as it flashes, you will always hit a body blow. It's an incredibly specific thing, and after this little reveal, players managed to find other hidden tells that you could find for other players in Punch-Out. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out is another game that seemed like everyone had it figured out in 2009, but no, this is a developer holding on to a secret for over 2 decades. I have to imagine this is a thing people had figured out sooner, maybe even just intuitively and didn't realize it, but it wasn't until this interview that the secret was really legitimately known. Punch-Out's one of those old school games that's still really fun to play even now, and secrets like this are just one of the many reasons why. And number 2 is Blood Omen, a really obscure one that took a really long time to be revealed. So much that it actually has Punch-Out's 22 years beat. In Blood Omen, you play as Kain, a vampire in a kind of dark version of Legend of Zelda. One hidden thing that people had known about for years was this pirate ship called the HCMS Bitter, a place you could access through hacking but wasn't a legitimate part of the game. At least that's what everyone thought for 2.5 decades. In an interview with Dennis Dyack from a few years back, he revealed there actually was a way to get to this pirate ship legitimately, but the process was so convoluted and strange that nobody actually managed to do it in all of this time. It took a few dedicated fans to bust open the game files and brute force the answer, but they did manage to figure out what you're supposed to do, and reading about it, you can definitely see why no one managed to find it. You had to trigger 4 invisible switches hidden in obscure parts of the world, which were, like I said, invisible, and always placed out of bounds, so finding them without some kind of help was pretty much impossible. So it only took 24 years and a little prodding by the developer, but people managed to finally get on this stupid boat legitimately. I hope it was worth it. And finally, at number 1 is Homefront: The Revolution. If you've been following gaming news the last few years, you probably know about this one, but it's so good and the story of how it was found is so interesting it deserves a callback. One well-known Easter egg in Homefront: The Revolution was if you found a particular arcade cabinet, you could play an updated and remastered version of Time Splitters 2, the cult classic GoldenEye-like game. And everyone thought that the secret ended there, but back in 2021, a developer named Matt Phillips revealed it was possible to play the entire game within Homefront, not just the first 2 levels. You'd think that would be the end of it, just like a cool reveal of a huge secret hidden in a random game, but no. The funny thing is, Phillips actually forgot the code to access the full game. Apparently, he gave the code to a friend to leak it on a Discord channel, but they called him a liar and banned him. Fans eventually managed to work out what the code was and revealed it to the developer, who confirmed it. You just use the code while you're on the story menu and you unlock the rest of the game. It's easy to joke about how this is a great secret, but it's such a shame you have to play Homefront: The Revolution to play it, but you gotta show some respect to the developers for including the whole game. Time Splitters 2 is an absolute classic, and it's pretty nice to have a legitimate way to play it on PC. That's all for today. Leave us a comment, let us know what you think. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. Best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription, so click subscribe. Don't forget to enable all notifications, and as always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter at Falcon the Hero. We'll see you next time right here on gameranx.